age of Hollywood horror. An age which begins with this moment from 1925's silent Phantom of the Opera. The Phantom, played by Lon Chaney, has warned Mary Philbin's character never to look beneath his mask. It's a classic, shocking reveal. And it captures the essence of being a horror movie fan. It's about knowing you shouldn't look, but wanting to see, and then maybe getting more than you bargained for. Horror cinema is replete with pioneering filmmakers. Few more so than the man beneath the Phantom's makeup, Lon Chaney, the godfather of horror actors. Chaney was one of the giants of 1920s Hollywood, and among his few surviving contemporaries is a fellow cast member from the Phantom, Carla Laemmle, the niece of the founder of Universal Studios. She's now a spry centenarian.
I can only say he was a genius. Whatever part that he played, he was that part. There's a story that Mary Philbin fainted when she took off his mask. It could have been true because it was enough to make anybody faint.
Lon Chaney, the man of 1,000 faces, played a succession of maimed and monstrous characters during the silent era in films like The Hunchback of Notre Dame and London After Midnight. His self-taught makeup skills drew on his background in travelling vaudeville and theatre. Chaney described his talent as extraordinary characterization.
He did all his own makeup, and it was pretty horrible, you know.
Yes, all that.
Oh, I don't know how he did it himself, but he did.
Exactly how Chaney achieved his makeup effects has always intrigued me. Fortunately, just as the Phantom lurked below the Paris Opera, the relics of Chaney can be found in the bowels of the Los Angeles Natural History Museum, under the custodianship of Beth Whirling.
So, Beth, what treasures do you have for us here?
We have Lon Chaney's makeup kit here.
There he is, Lon F. Chaney, Hollywood, California. Wow, it's extraordinary. Holy relics. And what's in here, Beth?
This is one of the glass eyes that Chaney had especially made.
It's particularly gruesome in its own little box, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid, I kind of grew up with the stories of the lengths he went to create these things. He put himself through an unbelievable amount of pain.
And that's an example of that. And to wear something that thick, of a covering over almost your entire eye, couldn't have been comfortable.
It's not exactly permeable lens,
no,
is it?
No,
it's like putting a billiard ball in your eye.
Mm-hmm.
It's now believed that Chaney achieved the Phantom's famous missing nose effect using thin wire to pull his own nose back, creating that truncated, snout-like look. Remarkably, he did much of this working on his own, but it turns out he had something to practice on.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. This is a life cast that Chaney had made of his own face with glass eyes inserted. And he used this to practice some of his makeup techniques. And he would take a look, see if he thought critically if he needed a little more here, a little less there, if he didn't like the look entirely. It was much easier to scrub it off and to decide looking at yourself in a mirror, so to speak, than to actually apply it on his own face.
It's quite fitting, isn't it? Someone was so obsessed with bodily dismemberment ends up with his own head in a box.